everyone, today I'm going to be doing a Christmas tag. Now originally I had planned on doing a Christmas tag video but I totally forgot about it, and then the other day I was watching Lisa Loves Vlogmas and I quite liked some of the questions that she used, so I decided to steal some of them. If you would like to see her tag video, I'll leave the link in the description box below. While I'm answering these questions, if you feel that you'd like to answer them, please leave your answer in the comment section. Let's get started. Question number 1, favourite Christmas film? If you watch my channel, you'll know that I am obsessed with Christmas films. I watch Christmas films practically every day, at least every week of the year. If I had to choose a favourite, it would probably be between Love Actually or The Holiday, because I just feel as if these are suitable to watch any day of the year, and I love both of them. And I think that Jack Black is so adorable. I'm totally in love with him in The Holiday. If you've never seen that film, I definitely recommend you watch it. Question number 2, favourite Christmas song? Because I work in retail, there's a lot of Christmas songs that I used to love that I absolutely detest now because I have to listen to them on repeat. But no matter how many times I hear Carol of the Bells, I just never get sick of it. Every time it plays in work or even on films or anything, I just love it. I just never get sick of it ever. Question 3, best Christmas gift ever received? I've got this friend who I see often and we haven't always bought each other Christmas presents, but about 2 years ago we decided to start buying each other something for Christmas. So even though I see this person quite a lot, I've never seen them either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So 2 years ago they decided to come over on Christmas Day just so that we could open our presents together. And even though they bought me amazing presents, and they always buy me amazing presents, the best thing for me was that they actually came over, and it was only like 10 minutes they were in my house, but the fact that I got to see them for just 10 minutes on that day is the best Christmas gift I've ever had. Question 4, how do you spend Christmas Eve? I work in retail and I normally work night shift on the week leading up to Christmas. So normally I finish work on Christmas Eve morning and then I just sleep all day. This year I haven't been at work because I haven't been feeling too well, and I plan on basically just sleeping all day as well, so it's very exciting. Question 5, how do you spend Christmas Day? Now, I actually love the lead up to Christmas and I like buying presents and I love wrapping presents and I love watching Christmas films, but I find Christmas Day to be one of the most boring days of the year, other than New Year's Day, which I absolutely detest. I just do the same thing on Christmas Day as I do every other day, and that's just sit and watch Christmas films. The only problem with Christmas Day is you can't really go out and do anything because everything's closed, and you can't really go and visit people because they're spending the day with their family. But this year I'm actually going to go and spend the day with one of my friends, her girlfriend and the kids, so I'm quite excited about that because I don't normally do anything on Christmas Day, so it should be good. Question 6, favourite thing about Christmas? When I've actually got money to spend, I love buying Christmas presents, I love wrapping Christmas presents, and I love that I can watch Christmas movies without people questioning me, because when somebody comes into the house in the middle of July and I'm sitting watching Muppets Christmas Carol, they normally give me weird looks and ask me why I'm watching Christmas films, but you know, at least in December I can get away with it. Question 7, worst Christmas gift ever received? I'm not the sort of person who hates any Christmas gift. If you get me socks or anything like that's something that I know that I need, but I don't really want to spend money on that myself. The only thing that I would probably hate is if I had to get like liqueur chocolates, like whiskey flavoured chocolates or something. Like, I don't understand why you would vandalise chocolate with alcohol. It doesn't make any sense. And when people buy you toiletries that smell like shea butter or coconut, because both of those smells just give me the bulk, I just can't even stand them. It's nice that they've bought me those things, but I just really can't stand those smells. Number 8, things I dread most about Christmas. One thing that I kind of dread about Christmas is sometimes Christmas Day because, like I said, it's just kind of boring. But one thing that I dread about Christmas is the fact that it's in winter, and I hate winter. There's not one thing about winter that I like, other than the fact that it's cold, and I don't mind when it's cold outside, but I hate frost, I hate ice, I hate snow, I hate any weather associated with winter whatsoever. So I don't really dread Christmas, I just dread winter, the whole season. Number 9, what would my dream Christmas be? My dream Christmas would be to go to Australia or somewhere that it's summer. I've always wanted to spend Christmas in summer. Even if I can't spend it somewhere where it's really, really hot, I would like to maybe go to Vegas or something for Christmas, because I can't stand it in Scotland at Christmas. I just can't. Like, any slight amount of frost or snow, they put the trains off, the cars can't drive on the roads, the weather is pathetic and it's just depressing. So my dream Christmas would be to spend it in a country where it's scorching hot and I can go and get a tan. Question 10. Did any of your siblings ever receive a gift that you wished was for you? No, not really. I've got a big brother, and if he ever got something that I wanted to play with, he'd let me play with it. And even if he didn't let me play with it, I would just do it anyway, so it didn't really matter. Question 11. Share a funny Christmas memory. I don't remember if this was exactly at Christmas or Christmas Eve or anything. I just know that it was round about Christmas time and it had been snowing, and my brother had went out the back to build a snowman, and my auntie was over and she was a photographer and she used to take her camera everywhere. So she went out the back to take pictures of the snowman, and she used to always wear like high heels. So after she took pictures of the snowman, she went to walk back into the flat and the step had ice on it and she fell, and she must have like just smacked her face or smacked her head or whatever, and she totally got knocked out. And I remember, like, I can't remember if it was my dad and her husband, but it was two men anyway, and they carried her upstairs. And I know that that doesn't sound funny because she was just totally knocked unconscious, but when I think back on that, it was just hilarious. And then when I was talking to my friend about it the other day, I was saying, like, if somebody fell like that now and get knocked out, you would never lift them up and carry them up the stairs, because you would know that when somebody's been hurt like that, you just put them into the recovery position and don't really move them. But thinking back on that, it was just such a shock, and I just think it was just so funny. Question 12. If I could have one Christmas wish, what would it be? My Christmas wish would be what my wish is every day in life, and that is to win the jackpot on the Euro Millions. Question 13. Do you have any Christmas traditions? No, I don't have any traditions at any point in life ever. While I was growing up, we had quite a lot of traditions at New Year, and we used to obviously have Christmas dinner together and stuff, but we don't have anything like that anymore. I mean, because me and my mum used to work different shifts, and we would often work night shift, sometimes we would just have our Christmas dinner ourselves, so I don't have any Christmas traditions at all. Question 14. Real or fake Christmas tree? I have never had, and I would never want, a real Christmas tree ever. I don't see the point in growing a tree and chopping it down just for the sake of decorating it and then putting it in the bin. I realise that real trees are biodegradable and it's better than having a plastic tree, but for me it's just a total waste of life just to chop down a tree just so that you can decorate it for a few weeks. It's a total shame. And because I watch Christmas 24 all the time, I always see these adverts for Balsam Hill, and I've wanted a Balsam Hill Christmas tree for years. I was obsessed, and I finally got one 2 years ago, and then I got a Balsam Hill wreath as well, and I love both of them, and I would never swap them for a real tree. Never, never ever. I don't even really like real Christmas trees either. And the final question is, pics with Santa, yay or nay, and share some pictures. I would say definitely. I used to love going to see Santa when I was young, and I love it when you see Santa's grottos out at shopping centres and stuff. I think that going to see Santa is so much fun, and I love it. Here's some pictures. I can't remember what age I was when this picture got took, but I'm the one on the left. I always remember that present contained wooden building blocks. If you grew up in the 80s, you'll probably remember the smell that wrapping paper had, and it was that wrapping paper that was so thin that you would pick it up and your fingers would just go right through it, so half the time you didn't even have to wait till Christmas to find out what you got. The girl on the right is my cousin, and her little girls sometimes watch my videos, so I hope that she doesn't go off her head when she sees this picture. This is a picture of my niece, who you may have seen on some of my other videos, and that was her when she went to see Santa this year. Even though this picture wasn't taken with Santa, it's one of my favourite pictures of myself. The dress that I was wearing was green crushed velvet, and the body was glittery, and I just used to love wearing it all the time. Hopefully you've shared some of your answers in the comment section, and if you liked this video please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, bye!